Oh, remote ain't even working the way that I want.
Is the battery dying?
No, I think it's. I have to do it on my phone. Oh boy. All right, so we live, but we're taking our time, so ain't worry about it. Ain't gonna be nobody for some until we get the following. Let's see. Okay.
Which one is that?
I'm gonna show you if I could get it on here. Phone. Then library. You remember this?
I don't know what to do.
You remember that?
Of course I do. What I know what?
I'm asking you, do you remember that?
I said I do.
What's your story? In him?
So you remember what day it was on?
An anniversary.
You remember what restaurant it was at?
No.
Huh?
No, I can't remember the restaurant.
You don't? It's called Outback Steakhouse, remember?
Yeah.
Alright.
Food is so why are we reacting on
I'm
this?
gonna show you. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. You know what? I was watching something today and I really wanted to do a video on it, but I want to study something so that we can have a longer video because we're going to be in the hours tomorrow. We're going to be in the hours and hours. So I wanted to do something that wasn't going to be as long. Let me see something.
You see what's
Tonight, breaking news: the deadly inferno in Philadelphia.
This was actually at like.
Three-story row house.
Now that happened. This is Philadelphia.
Including multiple children. Philadelphia's
It was 8 children. Yeah, just about 15 minutes away from here.
Smoke alarms inside the building. Flash freeze. The new video
I know. I can only imagine the pain.
Before crashing, freezing rain and ice causing a mess on the roads along the East Coast. The area now bracing for snow.
All right, so I brought this video, which is 30 seconds, for a reason. All right, so let's see. Are you on? Do you see?
well, you still not saying anything.
Because we haven't started yet. We still not started yet. I gotta fix this thing. All right, so see. No, so this is not the live. So let's go to the live. All right, here you go. That's a live showing on Instagram right there. Okay. All right. So I only get 60 minutes on this. I don't know why. That's why I ain't even started yet. Before I start, make sure everything's over. You know, this thing had a propensity to cut off when it wants to. That's why I gotta have backup plan for everything in life. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the Marian Ghana Show. This is our Marian Ghana Show podcast on Shopify, Anchor, Apple, and wherever you can find your podcast. The Marian Ghana Show. Make sure you tune in daily now. Monday through Saturday. Saturdays, We upload plenty, but Monday through Friday, you can catch us in the evening between anywhere between 6 and 7:30 p.m. Even though we're here 8 o'clock, 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. All right. This is the Marion Ghana Show with Steven, and
Susie.
they can't even see you on Instagram.
Can you see me now?
All right. The reason why I brought this video up, just in case y'all who just tuning in or just popping it on, take a look at this. Look at the food. Did you know how to put it on correctly? The broccoli, baked
What you
potato,
do?
bit of spare ribs, cucumbers, the calamari. No, that's the blooming onion. Now, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I put that on. I'll put it back on and put it on pause, so it could be in the background. All right, the reason I put that on because I labeled the show something that I don't remember, but I know what I had to deal with. Now, for starters, the way they cook food is good, but the way I cook food is better. That's why one day I plan to have my own restaurant. It's going to be called 50 States because in that restaurant, I'm going to do the specialties in all 50 states and have it under one umbrella restaurant.
It's gonna be a very huge restaurant.
So cooking is one of my passions in life. My other passion is fabrics, and that comes from out of Ghana. Y'all probably seen a video today, the short or whatever. Be updating y'all. Definitely, I want y'all to check out Marion Ghana or We Funder at Marion Ghana, so y'all can invest in something that is definitely going to take off, which I believe wholeheartedly. But for what we're doing right now, for this content, I had thought of this like months ago when we went on our anniversary date, our first anniversary date. We went out, and we went to Outback Steakhouse. This was located at I can't even remember. I know it was past the Cheltenham area. Forget the name of the town, but I used to play basketball with Johnny from the church and all that. So it's past the Cheltenham area out here in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. So what made me think of this long ago, and I said that at some point I have to do this video, I have to do this, I have to do this. It was because right after we went there, I had seen a post. I think it was on, I don't know what it was on. Maybe it was on TikTok or something like that. Because I'm not really on there a lot or on anywhere a lot, but it could have been YouTube or TikTok. But the discussion was that I heard somebody say that it was a girl, female said that if any man took me to Outback Steakhouse or Red Lobster or something like that on my first date, it'd be our last date.
Because he's what, cheap or?
I mean, the bill goes for about $60, 60.
Yeah.
I think our bill was $70 and something like that. So figure between $70 and $100. A nice meal with we was comp dessert because of our anniversary. The manager was nice enough to. Oh, you know what? I forgot this for. Let me just do this.
Let me take care
I'm
of
slacking. Go ahead. So we get back to what I was saying.
Sorry.
Bear with me. Bear with me. All right. Okay, take her back on. She good?
Yeah, just fine.
She getting to the age that she don't even like being alone now. That's when she become real troublesome. Look at that little forehead she growing of yours. It's not even my forehead. Oops. Let me make sure everything is just right. I don't want to be recording for another hour. Everything be off. All right. Seems good. Seems good. All right. Coming closer. We gotta figure out this little Instagram screen. So basically, what I was saying is that I seen something on TikTok, YouTube, or something, social media. That's all I know. And a person said what I just said, that that'd be their last date if a guy took them to Outback, Red Lobster, whatever it was. Applebee's, I could probably understand Applebee's or Denny's because I wouldn't even go there. I wouldn't even go there on the last. Well, maybe I'll take you there on the last date just to show you that. Yeah, you Applebee's or Denny's, you go as a last date to let you know that this is the end. But when they said that, I'm listening to this. I'm thinking like, what has the world come to? Because you take a girl to Outback, you spend $70, $70 minimum, say, even $50 if you don't get much. And somebody is so unappreciative that they think that is a strike against you to take you. First of all, the best dates are when you don't spend any money. You could just go out, talk.
Knowing each other.
Yeah, knowing each other. That's the purpose of a date, to get to know each other.
Yeah.
So when a person says that, it shows me where their mindset is, that they're not even someone that is worth building with. And this is this discussion that I wanted to talk about today, that today's woman, everything is about what kind of cash can they get from a man. And it's never about knowing a man and knowing whether I can build with this man, and what can we do, what can we build together. It's all about what can I get now. Yeah. And but at the same time, people wonder why they so alone and their relationships don't work out, because they are never looking for the right things in life. And remember, I showed you the post, I think it was on Pink Book Lessons, that the girl was saying that she gets paid, she give her check to her guy. It wasn't even her husband.
Yeah, her boyfriend.
Yeah, her boyfriend at that, which I kind of look down at because it's just your boyfriend, and there's nothing holding.
Yeah, the only thing wrong with it is they're not married.
Right.
That's it.
And when we looked at that, I said I wanted you to see it because we've been doing the same thing since day one that you stepped into the country and started working.
Oh, mommy.
Oh.
Oh.
So with that, it's like, oh, excuse me if y'all don't see here on the podcast, my daughter, my newborn 3-week-year-old, she just won't sleep. Whenever we want to do a podcast, that's a perfect time for her to wake up. So I don't know. I don't know if she's just trying to sabotage us or whatever, but it ain't looking good. But as I was saying, yeah, when we watched that YouTube of Pink Book Lessons,
Mhm.
what you doing?
Keep saying I'm listening. Just grab her water.
Her bottle. Did you fill it up?
Hello.
And the breast pump still ain't come yet.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm gonna call them tomorrow morning because they said 2 days, and that was on Monday.
He's still little. They talking.
Ah, I can't talk like I'm talking to myself. I see you standing there, but not everybody else. Well, at least for the podcast, I could do it. You should have warmed it up earlier and let it sit out. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Too little.
Yeah, she can't drink cold breast milk anyway. She's fine. She's not crying. So, and we were saying that we've been doing that from the beginning. That every time you get your check, you sign it over to me. I deposit it, and I take hold and do the necessary things for the family. And you ask for $100 here, $100 there, and that's fine. And we've been just fine with that. We've done
Because
very
you're
well.
paying all the
Yeah,
bills.
we've done very well last year. Even when if tough times come, we still know that some way or other, I'm always going to make sure that everything's paid and we have
And you
everything.
also never hid anything from me. I
Yeah,
know our financial status and everything. So Really?
Say no. I'm just. I'm not going to do it. I do that all day, but I'm not going to do it on
You already
camera.
did it. You already did it.
I'm not going to do it on camera. But yeah. So the purpose of this video, man, is that today's people, today's women,
Mhm.
they just don't have the right frame of thought to build with a man. They don't look for the right things. When you're young, you're in your teenage years and you in your 20s, and I know this through experience. Like women, when they're young, they look for men with looks. They don't look for anything else. As long as you got looks, that's all you need. And you could be whatever to them. When they get in a maybe mid 20s to mid 35s, then they look for money. By the time they're in 40, they ain't looking for looks or money. They just looking for companionship. And yeah, you see how it matriculates down the ladder of things. And if you look for the right things first and foremost, then you don't find yourself in a predicament at 35, 40 years old when you're looking to settle with something lesser than what you could have had when you was 18 or 20. I would say even 2021, between 20 and 25. Between 20 and 25 is the prime of a woman. A man's prime is basically 45, 40 and up. And I think that women today don't understand what the women of yesterday used to understand, that women get older just as they mature faster, they get older faster than men.
Yeah.
Men take a while to age. They can continue making babies into their 50s, some in their 60s.
Mhm.
A woman past the age of 35 is unlikely for her to make a baby. If so, they call it what they call a geriatric pregnancy, where you get in that danger spot where you can have a lot of health problems for you and a baby. But men don't have that problem. Their seed is their seed, regardless.
Yeah, because you just give. The woman has to take care of it, keep the baby in the womb and all that.
Yeah,
So
but
it comes with complications when
so
you are some certain age.
all right, certain age, but that's what this is built on. That's what this content right now is speaking of. That knowing that at a certain age you're not worth what you used to be.
Mm.
A man is a man from a man is actually at his lowest value from his teenage years to his mid 30s because he don't have much. He hasn't accomplished much. The average man or even middle class and up, most men don't accomplish things until their 40s. So a man is at his highest 40 and up. A woman is at their lowest 40 and below.
Mm.
Excuse me, 40 and up. So when a man is at their highest, it's the very age that a woman is at her lowest. Do you agree? Or do you
Yeah.
say that a lot of successful men want 40 plus year old women out here?
It depends on the taste and other men's perspective, like what they want.
I
But
said that.
in yes, you are right. In a very um respective calculations, that's exactly what she's saying now. Like men who are well developed and wealthy, like they are well to do, they want younger girls to build up with fresh girls.
Who ain't been ran through the mill.
Yeah.
So, but you how do you or do you not see a way that women today have a chance to turn it around? Because the way that I see it, because of social media with the IG so-called models and all that stuff going on. And we talked about this yesterday about the way the dressing of a woman. I'm not going to get too into that, but what I will get into is that the fact that the women on IG, the women all over social media who are showing their bodies, doing this and the other, and they're talking about that a man has to have this and have to have that, and they don't bring, as they say, they don't bring anything to the table. Because some women actually think, oh, a man just want a woman who cook and clean. The way I look at it, I could care less. I mean, yeah, you need to be clean. You want a woman who's clean. You want a person, human beings around you that's clean. That should be human nature. But I cook, I clean, so I don't really need that. But you want a woman who can cooperate. A woman who can cooperate with the game plan that you have set forth in order that y'all can attain the goals in
Common
life.
goal, yeah.
Yes, a common goal. The purpose of a man getting with a woman Like I said, I always speak from the middle and up. I don't speak from below the middle and down. The Pookies and Ray Rays and whatever they call them, I don't speak to them and I don't speak about them unless I'm just whatever. But we want women who can get on the same page as us, build with us, so that it makes it easier for us to get to where we need to go in life. Because the more you cooperate with a man, the easier it is and the faster you can get to that. But when you constantly argue and um, bumping heads with a woman, you got to bump heads with the outside world. You got to bump heads with the job or whatever it is that you do for a living. Then you got to come home and bump heads with the one that you lay with. It's too much for a man. And that's the purpose. That's the reason why a lot of men die early. No, it is. It's a big reason that a lot of men die early.
Stress is too much.
Yeah, it's too much stress. A man, at some point in time, no matter how strong a man is, a man need a time of peace throughout the day. If a man is always at war everywhere that he turns his head, there's no peace. And the stress is so much that that man is not going to last long. He's going to break down easy. Um, what was I watching? I was watching a judge show. I think it was probably some garbage Steve Harvey show with this white guy was with this heavy set white woman, and the white woman said she was so, it was on Pink Book, I think, also, that she was so boisterous, this and the other. And the comment section was just like, the man looks defeated. The man looked defeated, like she was doing all the talking, and you could tell that she wore the pants in the relationships, but they had business partnerships. And it looked like the man was just there for the money aspect because he didn't see that he had another wife. And that's not a good look for a man. Man cannot, I don't believe that a man should depend on a woman. A woman can give and help build financially, but it can't be your sole source of dependency. And that clip that I seen, it was clear that she was the sole source of dependency for him financially. And that's when a woman, see, he looked at it like, yeah, he take all her ish, but this woman loves me. She don't love you. She with you because she knows that she can dominate you and you're not going to step up.
And maybe he's also there with her only because of her money.
I said that. He was only there for the financial aspect.
So he has to deal with it.
But a man shouldn't be that way. Man shouldn't have to allow himself to be put in a position where he's so dependent on a woman for his success or his ability to get by.
Yeah, so he's not a man enough.
Yeah.
You can't be saying you are the man of the house when you are not able to take care of any responsibility. You're not able to do what a man is supposed to do. She's not gonna respect you. That's how it is.
And I don't know if enough men understand that when they have to depend on a woman for their financial status, that woman is always going to be over you. She's going to treat you as such.
Yeah, because it's not in her position to be doing what she's doing. It is in your position as a man to do what she's doing.
Yeah, and that woman can have babies by you. She could be married to you, but that respect that a wife should have for a husband will never be there.
Right. It's only a few, trust me, like 1 out of 100 women who are rich and taking care of their husband is still submissive. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
well,
Yeah.
the only one that I know like that, like not personally, but that I heard and social media aspect was Dr. G. She's Dr. G. We used to watch her show back in the day. She's a forensic scientist or whatever you call them, people who study dead bodies to find out how they died. So she said that even though she makes more money than her husband, she goes home and she knows her role.
Yeah, that means she truly love him.
Yeah, and but today's women, back to the point, today's women, they don't understand a thing about how to choose a man. All they know, like I said, in their teens and early 20s, looks,
The height,
height.
the money,
I mean, all the things
the
that
car he drives, the outfit, his sneakers.
5 years later, the car be outdated, and they be looking to a man with a newer car.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Then they be like, "Oh, he got a nice apartment." 5 years later, that man can't afford to live in an apartment because he don't have the same job or that job
Yeah,
downsize.
right.
You see what I'm saying? So now she's on looking to the next best thing.
Yeah.
As I'm saying that the whole purpose of relationships is to get with somebody that you know you could build with, and no matter what comes, y'all stick together and y'all thick it out. Y'all
Yeah.
tough it out. But when you're looking just for what somebody has or what they look like, this and the other, it can never last. It's non-lasting. It doesn't last. You're just going to find yourself going to the next one with the same things you looked for before. And you get stuck in that so long that by the time you're older and you don't have them opportunities or them options, then you're confused because you're used to having one thing, but now you're at an age and your looks have decreased
Mm-hmm.
that you can't get that anymore. And you're not used to having anything else. So you're not going to be satisfied with that either.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're stuck in the middle of the road. And that's what I think they call a spinster.
Yeah, that's why you don't go into a relationship or get married with so much expectations because unforeseen circumstances happen, things happen. And also, oh, what was I about to say? Um, oh, gosh, I forgot.
You said you don't get into a relationship with expectations. Everybody has to have expectations because you have to.
Oh yeah, and then also, we human beings, every human beings, we are our wants and needs are insatiable. Today you want this, tomorrow you want another thing. Once you get it, you still want another thing. You can't just get this and say, "Oh, it's enough." You still want more. So when you say, because he has this, let me get into it. When you get into it, even though he has what you want, you're still gonna be climbing up. Oh,
Yeah.
I want more of this. I saw things. I want more of that.
That's like they say that belly is never full. Even
Easy.
with rich people, the belly is never full because when you get something and you accomplish it, now you want more, you want more, more, more. That's
Mm,
because you don't have a grounded, your spirit is not grounded. You as a person is not grounded. And sometimes that's why they be like, oh, he's a down type of person or he's a grounded type of person. To be grounded means to have simplicity in your life and be content with the things that
what
you
you
have.
right?
Yeah, you can work to accomplish more, but whatever you do accomplish, you appreciate. Whatever you don't, you know that you work towards it
Yeah.
and you try, you attempt it. But you don't make that your main goal and your main purpose. Whereas if you don't get everything that you want, then you're miserable. And them type of people will always be miserable because enough will never be enough. And like they say, and I'm not just saying with women, but
That leads to
that's popular.
greediness.
Yeah, it's popular with women that no matter how much you give a woman, it's never enough.
No, all women. You men also don't even know what you want.
You keep saying that. Men know what they want. Y'all
Yeah.
just don't agree with it.
Mm.
That's the difference. Men know what they want. Women just don't want to agree with it. They just don't want to come to terms with what it is that men want. That's a whole different subject that we talked about before. We get into again. But like I said, women do not know how to choose correctly. If they did, they wouldn't be acting up on social media, their bodies off, being flaunted. And one thing that I don't understand, a lot of these women, they get on these media platforms and they boast and brag about what it is they have, and half the time it doesn't mean anything. And I think where I wanted to go with this was that we're so, as a people, as black people, we're so, a lot of us are so up in a thought process of buying materialistic things that this would make me look good, this would make me feel this would make me feel that. And none of that stuff does anything to you. It doesn't build you up as a person, it doesn't build your future, it doesn't help towards anything. It only boosts and feeds your ego and pride, which is the worst thing to do. This is this is what I never understood. People could be working an average job or even a decent paying job, but they would go out and buy what you call that Prada and I don't know, Prada,
Gucci.
Gucci, whatever, spend all this
Louis
money on,
Vuitton.
but it makes no sense because you're not at that status that you should be blowing money on that. You don't own real estate, you don't own land, you don't own businesses. When I say businesses, I'm not talking about a barbershop or salon like that. You don't own industries as a people. If we don't own that, then your money should be going to invest in those type of things so that y'all can build together. We as black people, we we're how should I say, we're so brilliant, but we're so dumb. We're the only people who struggle the way we do in this country for being the ones who built this country from ground up. And yet we don't have anything that we could call our own. And the one thing that people do think they call their own is the church, and the church does nothing but take from them. But we're quick to put money into all these things that doesn't do anything for our future or our children's future, and we spend all of our money being consumers, and there's nothing in it for us. We make everybody else rich, and there's nothing in it for us, and we're comfortable with that. And that's why I say I have to say I could never be pro-black because every time that I look at the way that we are and how we are, I look at it and be like, damn, you want me to fight for this? And honestly, that's just how I feel. I look at it and I'll be like, I can't fight for this. I can't stand up for this. I can't be the small majority. When I say small majority, I mean a very minute majority of the people who really, really want us to do good. But it's like you're going against the grain because it may be 3% who want to do well and get us to the right point, but you got 97% that you got to go. You got to go against the 90% of black people. Then you got to go against the ones who oppress, and then those on the outside who associate with the oppression because they benefit off it. So to me, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to stand up for black people as a whole, to be like, I'm pro black. I could never be pro black. Not in this time that I live in. I could never be that. And I know some people might take offense to that, but it's the truth. Why should I put my life on the line for something that y'all don't even want to fight for? Y'all continue to give your money to everyone else outside of your own people and get nothing out of it and then complain. It doesn't make sense because they say my people, black Americans have consumer wise, we're the biggest consumers in this country. We put more money into the economics, into Wall Street, all that than any other race of people in America. So we do that. We take all of our money that we make. We earn good. There are decent earning black people. Even I don't care even if you're low wage. They they all do the same thing. We take our money and we spend it elsewhere. We give to everyone else. We want the flashy bags. I don't get that because I go to Burlington Coat Factory. And you know another thing that I say? When I shop at Burlington and Target, the people that I see there are middle class and up. A lot of them people have money. They have exuberant amounts of money. Just the same. Nice houses, nice cars, send their kids to private schools. You don't see them buying the things that we buy and spend our money on. They buy simple. They buy quality, but they buy simple. They're in Burlington. They're in Ross. They're in Target. But yet, black people will be the same people that make fun of you if you're a black person who don't have what they have. You're not even close to their financial level, but they will make fun of you going into them stores buying your clothing. See how backwards that is?
Your mindset.
We're a backwards people. We are a backwards people. And this is sad. It's sad. And this is being, I mean, the women today are plagued with it. They're plagued with, oh, he don't have this, he don't have that. God damn it, we just came out of slavery not too long ago. We had every which way against us in order to keep us down, and we still find a way to have something, to make something, to be able to at least put a roof over our head and feed our families. That should make you more want to come together as couples and build families so that we can build generational wealth. But we don't do that. We say, "Oh, this man don't have that. He don't have that. So he's nothing. He ain't nothing to me. I'm trying to ball. I'm trying to ball." What the freak do balling means? I still ain't got that right in my head. What do balling means?
Having fun? Having going out?
At the expense of your own future. Because the same people who say they balling, let you an athlete, and have these people go broke.
Yeah, she's very great.
So, she just got to wait another 10 minutes. But, yeah, man. So, I mean, that's the way that I think about things right now. That it's like, it's not just a woman, it's a men too. And it's sad because a lot of these women are putting men in a bad position where these men are trying to go out and do things to get the gold chains and the
Their
bling.
expectation to meet
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
Those expectations.
And they don't understand that these are not the type of women that could do anything for you in the first place. So you should be chasing after the things that are going to inherently please this person, because it's only temporary. Everything you do for these type of women is only temporary until they find something better. The mindset doesn't change. The only time the mindset changes is when they get old and they have no more options. So the fact that these men are out here chasing these type of women, they're not the typical men that a woman should be with.
Yeah, that means you can easily be persuaded. Like,
Exactly.
you
You can
can
easily be
easily.
persuaded. Man, I used to buy my shoes from Walmart for the longest. She told me to buy a couple pairs of Nike. I spent $200 on both them pair of Nikes. In 6 months, the sole of one already tore apart. But yet, I was spending $17 at Walmart for my sneakers because I only go jogging to the gym with them because I wear sandals when we're in Africa, and they was lasting the same amount of time. So, yeah, so be it that the hill, yeah, it gives me more comfort, and I need that. So I have to pay more because I got a bad right heel that seems like it's happening from all the running and jogging and exercise that I do. So I get that. But what I'm saying is, I could still go out and find a nice cushion sneaker for about $50, 50, $60, especially on sale. That's what I used to always do. When I did buy a pair of Adidas or Nikes, I wait for when I see something on sale. Yeah, I'm frugal sometimes. Like the only time that you know that I spend is when something that's going to benefit the house, benefit our property, something that's going to benefit us financially down the line. That's when I spend, high amounts of money. But yeah, other than clothing go out of style and style. I don't care about none of that. I don't care what's in style. I care what's out of style. I buy according to what I like and what feels comfortable with me and what I feel look good on me. That's how I buy things.
Yeah.
But these people out here, they buy according to what other people think. And that shows a weak man or weak woman because you're a follower. And we have too many followers. And the followers that we do have are not even following in the right direction. They just follow people who to send them down a path of destruction. Why you when you look at the corners and you see these people who are homeless, these people didn't start out homeless. They wasn't born out of the womb and became and was automatically homeless. They had a lifestyle that led them into that. And the same thing that I see with people today, that they're worried about the fashion, spending their money on this, that, and the other. They're the same type of people who will wind up homeless, who's spending time buying the fashionable, expensive things and putting money on rent in an apartment for 20, 30, 40 years of their life. Then by the time they're too old to work and Social Security ain't enough, and one day it ain't even gonna be around, they're the ones that you find out on the streets. And people don't see it. And they may say, "Oh, you jealous, you hating because you ain't got much." If I don't even want to get into that. But like I said, I value land, I value property, I value companies, I value industries. I don't just value companies, I value industries, investment in industries where I'm the one who can control what comes in and out, import and export. That's what I believe put my money into. I don't care about the latest fashion. I don't care about none of that. None of that stuff is going to send my daughter to college. And the only reason she's going to college is to find a husband anyway. That's why I told you by 6 months she start learning the 5 languages that I'm going to teach her: Spanish, French, the Krobo, Twi, English, and maybe if I'm able, Mandarin to learn some Chinese. But yes, I'm on that to make sure that she knows at least 5 languages before the age of 10 that she can speak fluently. I've always wanted to be an interpreter. I I wasn't put in that predicament to be able to be so, but I want my children to have options. So that's one thing, one option. But not only that, that I'm building her up in order that she could be good for a man to pick her as a wife, a decent man, a high I hate saying that word, but high value man with character and finances and spirituality. So that type of high value man could look at her and say, "Wow, she's one in a million." Not only is she beautiful, she speaks very well, she's submissive, and she understands the place of a wife and the order of a family. That's what I raised my daughter to be. That's what she's going to be raised to be. She's not going to be like these children that you see walking around at 12 midnight in a goddamn ghetto. They have no future. They're going to turn out just like their mothers, having more babies, adding to the
Mothers.
problem
What about fathers?
because the fathers ain't there. We're going to do a video of single mothers and why they are, and how they keep fathers out of the child's life and why they wind up the way that they are. Now, there are some good single mothers. I can never say all of anything. I don't generalize anything because there's no such thing as all, but there's a such thing as majority. And right now, the majority of black women in black America are in the wrong. And they are the cause of the problem that we have in black America. Like it or not, that's factual. You could look at it from four different angles. It's still going to become factual. But just the way it is, man. But let's see. I know you want to eat your little spaghetti. She want to eat. Um, anything you want to add before I could think of anything? Oh, let me ask you this. What do you think about what we started off with? That a girl has the audacity to say that if a man take me to Outback Steakhouse, I'm not going on a second date with him.
No, I think, in my view, that doesn't make sense. First of all, the taste, it should depend on the taste of the food, not the price or anything. It's senseless. And then, secondly, it's about you two. You two getting together, getting along, knowing each other. That's what going out means, like having fun. Some people always go out on a date just to walk around, just take a stroll and then talk to you. So what about you? What about you, your family and all that? It's not always about fancy restaurants, and that is my view. Maybe someone also has their own
You
way.
you have these videos that people you have these girls on the IG that show guys spending $1,000 on their dinner, $1,000, and then they ghost the guy. They don't even call him back. But to me, I'm thinking like, what type of simp of a man will even spend $1,000 on a woman the first time you meet her? That shows me that you're not even a man. You're not even worthy of being called a man. You're not, because if anybody that I know have done that, I would tell them that me and you can't have discussions anymore because I can't speak to you and see you as a man and hold you as the status of a man and look you in your eye and speak serious to you.
Well, one thing you should know is that, like you always say, let's say a businessman or a man who is well focused and has a height at which he wants to reach his goal or something, won't do that. He's not gonna spend that kind of money
Well,
because
them type of men, they understand how to maneuver because they've been through the business world. When you go through the business world and you're constantly dealing with people at certain stages in your life and they on certain plateaus in life, you understand how to maneuver, how to see people and try to get to know and understand people. People who don't have the gift to observe detail and get clarity of the thought process of a person, they run to their pocketbook or they run to their wallet. They run to their wallet because that's all they have. And a lot of times it's not even what they have. They just have that amount set aside so they can splurge on the person so they can see that there's some type of big.
yeah.
See me, millionaire, billionaire, it wouldn't matter. My first date, if I was ever single, if I never got married and I was single and I was a billionaire, my first date wouldn't change from when I was broke to when I became a billionaire. It wouldn't change because my whole perspective is get to know who you are. That's all I want. I just want to walk, talk, and get to know you. Speak to some of your family
And you
members, speak to
just
some
go
of your
watch
friends.
movie. You just watch movie, have a
Watching the
drink.
movie can't
Yeah.
even get you. You don't have watching movies is you're being what's the word? That's a distraction because you're not really getting to know each other.
TikTok, yeah.
Now, if you go out and see a movie at a movie theater, and then y'all go out for drinks and eat a bite, small bite, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We did it. Nothing wrong with that. But if it's just first date, come to the house and have sex, you don't get to know that person. Now everything is blown because the only thing on your mind is sex. The majority of men date women for sex. We know that. That's obvious. A man who truly, really wants to get to know a woman will not focus on splurging money on her because he don't want her to get that perspective about him. The only time most men who are about something, who have a decent mind on their head or intelligent, they will do that only because they want sex early, fast, and quick.
Right.
A man who really sees a woman like, damn, you know what? I really think I could marry this. They're not going to go out and splurge $1,000 on the first date.
Right.
They're going to take their time to get to know you because they want to have that respect for you. A man who goes out and splurge on you easily, he doesn't respect you. He just want what he's saying that, okay, I'm willing to pay this in return for sex, maybe for a good 3 months.
So he wouldn't even mind spending $1,000 because he know what he's up to.
Yeah, some of them get ghosted, and that's on them. But they're stupid for doing it.
He spent $1,000, have his way, and then he just so it's either ways, both ways like that.
And then you got these dirty ass guys out here who don't spend anything, could go have sex with the same girl for free. And go make babies with her for free. Something like, that's what I'm saying, that it's on both parts, not just the girls that I want to say, but it's on the guys too, because then I look at the type of girls that these guys are chasing. Looks, see, when looks matter, and that's the only thing that a guy sees, the guy's incapable of being a real man or a good husband. He's incapable.
Because he's sleeping around.
Exactly. He's incapable of being anything that's worthy of calling a husband or a man.
Because anything can happen. God forbid accidents happen. Great things happens that is going to change your look.
Mm-hmm.
You can be disabled at any time. So, though it matters, but it shouldn't be at highest rate.
Yeah. So, that's what I wanted to say. So, we good?
We're good. I'm going to feed my baby.
All right. You go breastfeed your baby. All right. Once again, man, this is us on IG Live. Check us out here every evening, anywhere between 6 and 7:30. Excuse me, anywhere between 6:30 and 7:30. Check us out here on IG Live every night, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays, whenever.
All the days.
Yeah, Monday through Fridays between 6:30 and 7:30 p.m. daily now. So catch us, spread the word. Make sure that you like, share, and comment.
Subscribe.
Don't forget and subscribe. So once again, this is Stephen Lyles and also Susie. So we out. We love you. Peace. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. Like I said, YouTube and IG Live and Facebook Live. So once again, man, take care. Peace out. We out of here, man.
Don't wake up, baby.
She already woke.
No, she's not.
She need to wake up so she don't be. Let me see.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And I don't see her face. Oops, dropped the baby.
Oops.
What?
She,
Go back to mommy.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to mommy.
Oh, my
Go
God.
back to mommy. I gotta cook food. I can't cook food with shitty hands. Oh, Rugi.
Mhm.
All right, let me pause this. So we out.